There's been a lot of talk lately about the best way to support people during these uncertain economic times, and one idea that's gaining serious traction is ongoing $2,000 monthly checks, specifically for low-income and fixed-income individuals. And honestly, I think this is one of the smartest approaches we've seen so far. Why? Because it directly helps the people who need it the most and avoids the chaos we saw the last time when money was sent out to almost everyone, regardless of need. We've been through a lot these past few years. Prices have gone through the roof, inflation has crushed our purchasing power, and while expenses skyrocketed, incomes didn't. Especially for people relying on Social Security, disability benefits, or working minimum wage jobs. Their income hasn't come close to keeping up. And it's not just something we've felt. We now have solid data backing it up. Now, this new approach is based on a study that looks at something called MPC, marginal propensity to consume. I know it sounds like something from an economics textbook, but stay with me, because it actually makes a lot of sense. MPC basically measures how quickly and how much of a cash payment someone spends after receiving it. So if you get $2,000, do you spend it, save it, sit on it? That behavior says a lot about who needs the money and how effective that money will be in stimulating the economy. And here's what they found. When low-income or fixed-income individuals receive a $2,000 payment, they spend 80% of it within the first 10 days. That's $1,600 gone into groceries, gas, rent, bills, real necessities. And within the next 30 days, the rest is gone too. So within 1 month, nearly every dollar is injected right back into the economy. That's what you call high MPC, and that's exactly what you want if the goal is to stimulate growth fast. Compare that to middle-income households, who when given $2,000, tend to only spend about half and tuck the rest away for savings or to pay off debts. And higher-income individuals, they barely spend any of it. They either save it, invest it, or let it sit unused for months. So if the government is trying to energize the economy, only one group really makes that happen, and it's the group that needs help the most. Let's not forget what happened last time. In 2020 and 2021, the government handed out 3 rounds of stimulus checks totaling $3,200 per person. Nearly 85% of the population got them. It added up to over $850 billion pumped into the system. And yes, it helped temporarily, but it also unleashed a tidal wave of inflation. Prices surged, supply chains buckled, and 3 years later, we're still paying the price for it. But here's where the new idea is different and, frankly, better. Instead of another blanket approach that sends money to everyone, whether they need it or not, this new proposal recommends focusing the support where it matters most: low-income and fixed-income individuals. If we focus, say, $2,000 monthly payments to the bottom 25 to 50% of earners, the impact would be just as powerful economically, but far more efficient. For example, giving $2,000 to $50 million people would cost $100 billion. That's a third of what was spent on the broader stimulus during the pandemic. And you could send out that same payment for 3 months in a row and still not hit what was spent last time. And this isn't just theory. Every day, I get comments and messages from people asking, when's the next stimulus? Are we getting another check? Will I qualify? And to me, that's a clear sign. People are still struggling. The financial pressure is still very real. And I don't blame anyone for that. These last few years have been brutal for a lot of families. That's why this new plan feels like a better solution. It's thoughtful, it's backed by data, and it targets the people who not only need the help the most, but also make the best use of it for themselves and the economy. Before we go any further, I want to take a quick second to mention something important. If you're retiring soon, turning 65, or just trying to figure out your Medicare plan, it can be overwhelming. Trust me, I helped my own parents with it last year, and it was a total mess. That's why I partnered with a team of Medicare experts who are absolutely amazing at what they do. They'll help you find the best coverage at the lowest cost, and the best part? It's 100% free. Yep, completely free help from people who know the system inside and out. Thousands of folks from our community have already called and saved a ton of money. So if that's you or someone you know, please take a second, write the number down, take a screenshot, and call them. You won't regret it. Back to the stimulus idea. I know some people are skeptical, saying there's no way they'll ever send checks out again. But let me tell you something. Whenever the economy heads into recession or contraction, this playbook comes out every single time. They print money, they send it to the people, and hope it jumpstarts everything again. The difference is whether we learn from past mistakes. This time around, if we focus the money where it's actually needed on the people with high MPC, we'll get the same boost to the economy without the chaos of inflation and supply chain issues. We've done it the wrong way before. Now we have a chance to do it right. So here's the bottom line. If and when stimulus happens again, and I truly believe it will, it needs to be more targeted, more efficient, and more focused on the people who will use the money the way it's meant to be used. Not stashed under a mattress, not invested, but spent on groceries, medicine, gas, rent, all the essentials. That's how we stimulate an economy. That's how we help real people. And that's how we avoid repeating the mistakes of the past. If you found this breakdown helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. It's totally free, and I post updates like this every single day to keep you in the loop. And if you know someone who's confused about Medicare or struggling financially, please share this video with them. Post it on social media, text it to a friend, send it to a family member. Let's help each other through this. Thanks so much for watching, and I really hope to see you again soon.